23, Derek McDonald. 24 is Jamie Leclerc. 33, Jared Newby. 45, Dylan Moore. Number 50, Cody DiBatoli. And number 77, Trent Andre. The head coach is Nathan Vogt. The assistant coaches are Lucas Vogt, James Portbury, and Alan Pentry. The team managers are Gary Nicol and Andrew Nitwinow. Now it's time to welcome your very own Wyndham combination, proudly partnered by Victoria University. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming number 2, Aaron Dolney. Number 3, Josh Norley. Number 4 for the home side, it's Emmanuel Deng. Number 7, give it up for Bo Cossack. Number 12, please show your appreciation for Daniel Herbert. Number 13, the big fella, Toby Ayolara. Number 23, it's Miles Thomas. Number 27, give it up for Kane Hines. Number 30, please welcome Oscar Jones. And number 32, Troyce Manasseh. The head coach is Lucas Allen, the assistant coaches Grant Duco, Liam Platt and Mitch Saney. The team manager of Wyndham is Michael Dolby. We also wish our officials in control of tonight's game all the very best, to Jason Kelly and Chloe Dunbar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able,
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this chilly Friday night. Julian Inchevsky here. I'm joined by, can I say, the voice of Wyndham basketball, Wes Cusworth. Wes, how are you?
Jules, thanks so much for the opportunity to call the game with you. I'm really looking forward to this. Obviously, our esteemed colleague Mitchell is not able to be here tonight, so I'm more than happy to jump on board and to be part of the coverage, and I hope that our viewers, wherever they are in the world, are really going to enjoy this opportunity to see two terrific teams go at it. We are watching high-quality basketball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mitch, if you're out there, shout out to you. Well-earned ski trip with the family. We hope you're having a good time. And just before we commence things, our thoughts are with David Chalmers and his family. His little boy Joshua has been in surgery. David's and his family are a big part of Wyndham basketball, so we're thinking of you guys and hope you're doing okay. So tonight, Wes, they're saying this is the game of the round. I'm certainly excited about it. Number 1, Wyndham v number 2, Keysborough. Always exciting when these two teams play. And last week, Wyndham had a pretty big win in what I understand is a bit of a thriller down in the Bellarine. Beat Bellarine 110 to 102. And Keysborough had a good win against Sunbury, 89 to 80.
Well, once again, there's testimony to the value of these two sides that are going to be playing right now before us, and that is the fact that they were up against two terrific rivals last week, and obviously both came away with the spoils. So I think you'll find that this will be a high-calibre contest. I know that, unfortunately, Keysborough's got a couple of players missing. Perhaps the Friday night's thrown them out a little bit. We do appreciate their flexibility and versatility in managing the fact that they've been very easily accommodated, which is fantastic.
Absolutely, absolutely. And starting lineups, Keysborough, number 3, AJ Williams, number 7, Nick Carlson, 24, Jamie Leclerc, 33, Gerard Newby, look for him, 45, Dylan Moore. Wyndham, usual suspects, 12, Dylan Herbert, 13, Tommy Iolara, 23, Miles Thomas, 30, Oscar Jones, and number 32, Troyce Manasseh.
Keysborough first on the board. Nick Carlson gets things going for the visitors, and now Wyndham will get an opportunity to respond.
Nick Carlson, yes, averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds a game, as Tommy Iolara with the lively finish. Would you believe this, Wes? Nick Carlson, 48 points in round 11. That's right, 48, mate. How about that?
Absolutely terrific. And here he goes again, puts the ball to the floor, puts up the jumper. Troyce Manasseh was right in his face there, and as a consequence, he'll bring it up court for Wyndham. Manasseh goes against Carlson again, feigns, and then banks in 2, and Wyndham have that 2-point advantage.
Beautiful finish by Troyce. Wes, Mitch and I have a silly little thing, but we're sort of starting to count the spin moves Troyce Manasseh does. He is so dangerous going to the paint with his little pull-up or spin move, so great example there. Beautiful finish. That's number 24, Jamie Leclerc. Unlucky there by Oscar Jones with the little floater. And there's our man, Nick Carlson, with another 2.
Yeah, Carlson up to 4 points. Ball in the hands of Manasseh once again. The advantage of 2 with Keysborough. Nice dish by Manasseh, and Oscar Jones is mauled on the way to the glass. Foul is called there on Carlson, and I dare say Wyndham probably won't mind if he encounters a little bit of foul trouble tonight. They'd probably like to see less of him rather than the full quota. So Oscar Jones will go to the stripe.
Absolutely, and Oscar Jones, impressive year, obviously increased role as he makes the first, playing big minutes in the starting lineup. We got a taste of him last season, didn't we? And we know he's more than capable, but definitely leading the team with just under 20 points as he misses the second. So it's been great to see Oscar take a leap in his development, another leap this season.
Yeah, he's a high-calibre young player. Really exciting future ahead of him. Keysborough on the attack. There's a triple. Gerard Newby, he is a potent player from outside. and makes no mistake on that occasion, gives his side the advantage by 4. Manasseh goes at it at the other end, and he pulls 2 back. Manasseh up to 4 points, and 2 points separate the sides.
Absolutely. And, Gerard Newby, 34 points, 14 rebounds last time these two teams played at Keysborough. And there's Carlson again. Have we jinxed it? I mean, he's capable of 48, but we said it at the start of the stream, and he's what's that, 6 already?
He is. Oscar Jones attacks the iron and is the beneficiary. He adds another 2 points.
And Oscar Jones scores in so many ways. A beautiful, unlucky there by Gerard Newby. That was a nice little play. Oscar Jones, just so prolific in so many different ways. Getting to the basket, 3-point shot, pull up. Nice little handoff there from Herbert to Tommy.
So Tommy Aguilara from the corner, and there's a triple once again, and Carlson is proving already a very dangerous player. He is up to 9 points.
Absolutely, and that game that I talked about, the 48 points, he shot at a very high percentage. So very efficient too. As Thomas, unable to elevate. And it's going to be 2 shots for 24. Jamie Leclerc, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Oscar Jones, the perpetrator there on that occasion, coughing up his first foul, and that means the Cougars will get that opportunity from the stripe.
And both these teams, Wes, so well balanced. They've got a lot of scorers in double figures, so a lot of different guys can hurt you, both for Keysborough and Wyndham. So if one man's not as he's successful with both of those, Leclerc, if one man's not having a night, a lot of different options. So it'll be an interesting from that regard.
Well, I think that's why both sides are obviously where they are, right up the top of the table. Manasseh inboard to Aguilara, who looks to back his way to the glass, and Daniel Herbert has travelled on this occasion. Call of our official Jason Kelly there on that occasion. Midway through this first term, it's a 5-point advantage enjoyed by the visiting Cougars.
Yeah, he faked me out too, Wes, with that little pump fake. Daniel Herbert, obviously an increased role this season, starting at the 1 as Newby unable. Oh, and Wyndham turn it over. They'll be disappointed with that. Newby able to get to the basket. Such a dynamic and athletic player.
Interesting to see the Cougars with as many people in support tonight on the bench as there are probably players. They multiple assistant coaches and a number of injured players that have come down to support. So it's great to see that they've really thrown themselves into it, as much as they probably appreciate being able to watch on from home.
Oh, unlucky there by AJ Williams. Absolutely. Second season in the championship division as Troyce Manasseh, beautiful going to the rim, able to finish with the left. Second season in the championship division, and very impressed with what we saw last year, able to make top 4. So another strong season so far. Boom! Gerard Newby, I'm told he can throw it down, and we got a glimpse of that last season. That was beautiful little lob and slam dunk there.
Yeah, he's a unit. He's a high-quality player. Here's Jones. Manasseh with 6 points already. Inboard to Aguilara. Cut off by that man, Newby. And now the Cougars will charge once again. AJ Williams from outside the arc. Misses by a long way there on that occasion. Here's Manasseh doing a lot of the grunt work right at the moment. Stripped of possession, and Carlson is going to add another 2. He just puts it down, and Carlson's into double figures already, and that's a danger sign for Wyndham as Lucas Allen has decided it's time to have a chat.
Absolutely. A bit of sloppy basketball, I don't think it's unfair to say there. A bit of turnovers up and back, but still only a 7-point game. From a viewer's perspective, what you hope for? Exciting start to the ball game so far.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of very proactive movement on offense by both sides. And, Carlson with 11 points Jared Newby has 5 and Leclerc has 4 for the Cougars, and for the home side, Manasseh has 6, Ayalara 4 and Jones 3. So, yeah, a bit of work to be done here by Wyndham, but Lucas Allen is a very, very good coach of in-game scenarios and the necessary adjustments to make things happen. So I look forward to what he is going to bring from a Wyndham perspective. But of course, failing to remember that I'm in the commentary position, I'm remaining impartial tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. All we ask for, Wes, is just a good competitive game and making it enjoyable for viewers. But yeah, can't ask for much more than this. Number 1 v number 2. As you're talking about Coach Allen, it'll be interesting what adjustments he makes throughout the game. We've seen Wyndham at different times certainly press up the floor. They like to do that and go into a zone. So, you know, I'm not saying the situation calls for that right now, but it'll be interesting how he sort of strategizes throughout the game as Herbert brings up the ball. And they love the little on ball there. Another beautiful spin move, couple of pump fakes as Manasseh. Oh, such a Swiss Army knife, as I like to say. Can hurt you in so many different ways and just so hard to guard. So hard to guard.
Leclerc and Carlson combine once again. And that was Dylan Moore. AJ Williams back out to Moore, shoots from range. This is the mark on this occasion. So here's Herbert charging up the court. Aaron Dolney into the action from outside. And with his first shot, he drains the triple. And Aaron Dolney does what he does best.
Absolutely. Shooting 41% from the three-point line for the season. Nice little take by Newby. He is dangerous going to the rim. A few drives there earlier on that he missed, but you can tell he is just prolific, athletic, and going to be a problem for tonight for Wyndham as he steps to the line. As we see number 77, Trent Andre, check in for number 3, AJ Williams.
Yes, and Wyndham's looked to Bo Cossack to get involved in the action. And Big Tomy's taken a break from the game. So Newby at the line.
Big Tomy had a big one down on the Bellarine last week. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. I really feel he's taken a further step, like I talked about Oscar this season. I feel like Tomy's really taken a step. As I think there was some confusion there. Newby made the first, signalling that he's got another one.
Got another one to go.
Not sure how that one slipped, but that's all right.
I think some of his teammates might have been of the belief that he'd made the basket, but not to be. Newby for a second.
And it's good.
And Newby's up to 7 points already. Some really dangerous scorers, the Cougars. Here's Daniel Herbert. So Herbert drives, puts up the floater, doesn't go. Newby with the defensive rebound. And now he pushes hard and slams into Choice Manasseh, and it's called for an offensive foul. No, Manasseh wore one for the team there on that occasion.
Way to step up and sacrifice your body there from Manasseh.
And knowing that Choice is sweating quite profusely already, that might be the floor wipers come into action right now, and it looks like the Wyndham VJBL 12-4 boys in action tonight, providing the guard of honour and also helping us out with the floor wiping, which is great to see.
Excellent, excellent. There's been some games here, Wes, that they've been quite busy, especially the Bellarine one. A lot of bodies on the floor, both from Wyndham and Bellarine. If you remember, Cavion Green always sort of played for Wyndham last season, always getting on the floor, diving for loose balls. Might be the
Big V Champ Men Player of the Month, I think.
Cav. Yeah.
Outstanding by him. He's having a stellar season down there at Bellarine.
Yeah, and he obviously in a loss last week, but he had a huge game last week. It's Josh Norling unable to hit the 3. We know he can do that. Miles Thomas gets the rebound. Unlucky there. Norling gets the rebound. As Wyndham look to settle. Beautiful move by Troyes to the basket and one. So tough to guard when he's headed downhill. And last season, Troyes may have averaged a few more points, but obviously with the Wyndham side now probably a bit more balanced in terms of scoring this season. He's, as he makes the free throw, has also taken on quite a facilitator role. He's up there in assists per game as well, Troyes Manassa. Almost 5 a game.
He's got 11 points already in this game. Almost picks off the pass. That leaves Lamorticella wide open, and he drains the triple. And that brings the Cougars bench alive. They lead by 4.
This Wyndham looks to, beautiful, splits the defence and takes it for 2. Troyes Manassa causing Keysborough all sorts of problems.
Well, he recently had that magnificent scoring milestone that he'd reached, and he is in fine form tonight. Here's Carlson, another fine scorer. He attracts a bit of attention on the way to the hoop.
Absolutely, as he goes to the basket. And he's going to shoot 2. Yeah, absolutely. Troyes Manassa, I think it was the Brooklyn native, 2,000 points in the BigV Championship Division, with stints in Southern Peninsula, Western Port, Hume, and obviously now Wyndham. So very impressive.
A lot of fun to watch. Here's Carlson, who no doubt the Cougars supporters are finding very, very enjoyable to watch at his peak. He's up to 12 points already and still one to come from the free throw line right now. He makes no mistake. So, 13. Unlucky for some, but not for Nick Carlson. Early doors. Still 2 minutes remain in this first term. Manassa and Dolney. Manassa steps back. Finds the front of the iron. It won't drop. And the Cougars will charge once again.
Beautiful 3 again. That's Roberto Lamorticella, second triple. Very nice. And it's a 7-point game, 23-30.
Yeah, Wyndham's got their work cut out right now. Norling, looping past Dolney from outside the arc, drains the triple, his second of the game.
And he loves that 45, doesn't he, Wes? That's 2 from there for Aaron Dolney.
Sure does.
And there's our man Carlson playing with his back to the basket. Now out in the paint, looking to drive. Oh, great defense, just straight up. That's excellent defense by Bo Cossack there. As Troyes Manassa doing what Troyes Manassa does, putting pressure on the Keysborough defense, taking it to the rim.
Carlson's second foul, which will be just a little cause for concern for Coach Vogt, and he actually takes a break from the game, which is no doubt going to please Wyndham supporters who know just what a potent force he is.
Number 0, Darcy Watson, checking in. Good take by Josh Norling, able to draw the foul. And it's good to see Josh Norling get some more minutes. Obviously, very prolific scorer in the BigV youth league, and stepping up seamlessly here into the men's championship division. Unlucky with the first.
Yes, he's just, for our viewers at home, he's just come off the youth men, where he was on fire tonight in a good win against Keilor. So it's good to see him backing up, and he makes the second. So cut it back to 3 points now. This is Watson. Puts the ball to the floor and then dishes to Lamorticella, who fires once again, finds the front of the iron, it won't drop. So Manassa on the charge. His side in deficit by 3 points. Norling, he drives, almost loses possession, and then Dolney from outside once again. He was well outside the arc. Manassa. And Dolney will get another opportunity. This time he just overcooks the shot a little. And it's the Cougars leading by 3 to bring it up in the final 10 seconds.
As Trent Andre brings the ball down, they'll want to get a good look here. One look. Let's see what they can get. Beautiful That's beautiful little pass and finish by Roberto Lamorticella, giving some valuable minutes here off the bench. And Keysborough will be happy with that. 32-27 as they lead number 1 Wyndham going into the second quarter.
Well, Roberto Lamorticella hasn't had many minutes, but let me say, he's proved very, very effective in the few minutes that he has had. And he has been a key player in why this 5-point advantage is currently enjoyed by the Keysborough Cougars.
Definitely, and Keysborough, we were saying earlier, so well balanced. You know, they've got Newby, Williams, Moore, Carlson, Spencer. That's 5 guys averaging 10 points, and you know, and then Morticello is obviously more than capable. Yeah, always going to be tough when you have such a deep roster.
Well, no, Nick Carlson, as we may mention, he's got his 13 points up already, firing at 71.43%. That's pretty extraordinary, and he's only gone once from outside, but it was successful. So, yeah, once again, he's just proving his worth. He's a high-caliber player, isn't he? Absolutely,
and it's interesting, right? Like, obviously mentioned that 48-point game, can't get over it. But only averaging 12. I say only, that's very good, but obviously showing signs that you know, he's capable of some big outputs. So you wonder what the difference has been. Maybe they're going to him a bit more. Maybe, you know, he's just been putting in the work. But you know, whatever it is, you know, Keysborough leading Wyndham 32-27. They'll be happy and they'll want to look for him.
I think that's one of the things that I enjoy most about the involvement, and I'm sure you do too. It's like in my normal capacity as court announcer, is just get to sit in the best seat in the house and watch some high caliber basketball being played. And you wonder sometimes, I mean, clearly there are some players here that are capable of playing at the next level, and then of course those players are the players that ultimately will be vying for representative selection. And you know, it's only 20 odd days until the Olympic Games, and we're all going to be absolute basketball experts, aren't we, when we watch the Boomies in action? I know the squad's just been announced, and there's some debate over the selections and some question marks over whether the right decision's been made in a couple of cases. But well, I don't envy Brian Gorgian and the others that are responsible for that.
It's a tough one. A few guys left out, but it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Like, someone's going to miss out.
Here's Tommy Ayala, who does not miss out on that occasion. He jams it down for 2, and Big Tommy takes his tally to 6 points.
Beautiful finish there. Excellent find by Troyce Manassa. Beautiful assist there. And we're always good for at least 1 or 2 dunks a game from Tommy, Wes.
He's loving it, isn't he? Oh, that's a fine shot.
Trent Andre, beautiful triple. Great elevation. As Troyce looks to bring it up, he's going to keep taking it to the basket until they stop him. Nice little 2-man game there with Tommy. Oh, beautiful move by Kane Hines. We don't see a lot of that from Kane, but that was beautiful. He sold that. I don't know about you, but he faked me out, able to take it to the basket. Yeah, terrific work by Kane. He had a really good youth men's game prior to this, so I just wonder whether or not he's developed a bit of confidence even as a result of his high-level performance there. There's Andre going to the hoop once again. He attracts a fair bit of attention, and as a consequence, that one's been called on Tommy Ayalara. Tommy's first, number 13 for Wyndham. And Trent Andre will go to the stripe looking to add to his 3 points so far. He's a live wire. You can tell already that he brings lots of energy to the Cougars outfit. Yeah. So here he is at the free throw line. Good with the first. Textbook technique. And Kane Hines, just the type of teammate every team would want, just as Andre makes the second, just diving after loose balls. Well, they call him the glue guy, don't they? Because of the great affection that everybody at Wyndham has in terms of his contribution to the club. Unlucky there from Troyce Manassa. He'll keep taking it to the rim. As Trent Andre brings the ball up from 3. No good. Troyce Manassa looks to push. He's dangerous in the open floor. Aaron Dolney in a corner. Unlucky that time. Andre again. Look for Newby to do something special. Oh! Oh, that was huge. And we knew he was capable of.
Brought the Cougars players off the bench, didn't they? They were out of their seats. Quick smart. Here's Manasseh. Can he get a quick response? As his side's in deficit by 8 points, he does attract a fair bit of attention. And the ref has found that one. It might have been called on Dylan Moore, I suspect, for his first personal foul. And it's going to be a baseline ball with JT Norling to bring it back into action. His side trailing by 8 points. Cougars looking very impressive to this point in time. And here's Norling. Banks in. No, doesn't complete. AJ Williams. He'll take it up the floor. Great athleticism. Tomi Ayolara providing some resistance. Williams drives, dishes to the corner. Andre. Front of the iron. Doesn't go. Manasseh.
Nasha looks to push. Norling looks to slow it up. Let's see what Wyndham's got with Oscar Jones back in the game. And I like when those two combine, Tomi and Oscar Jones, with a little two-man game, whether it's a handoff or a little on-ball. Obviously, Tomi can take it to the basket and pop. He's one of the best bigs, is popping and shooting the three. Wes, we're going to have to talk about that jam again. I'm going to have to replay that at halftime or something.
Yeah, it was impressive, wasn't it? Just shows his athleticism as Manasseh goes from outside, finds the iron, but it won't go. So Moore wisely opts for Williams to bring it up the floor. The two number threes as Norling monitors his progress. Andre. Lamorticella. Williams. Lamorticella. Double teamed. Williams puts the ball to the floor, drives, can't complete. Newby tips in. He is a real force to be reckoned with, Jared Newby. He's up to 12 points.
12 points, averaging 22 per game. Beautiful spin move there, unlucky. Wyndham getting some good looks, just unable to finish.
Yeah, that was wonderful stuff by Oscar Jones. He'll be disappointed that he wasn't able to complete.
Morticello with a pump fake, little floater, Newby with a rebound, and he'll go to the line. And a lot of rebounds. How many rebounds has Newby got?
I'll just pull that up right now, and Newby is up to 4 all already, and we have a timeout at Eagle Stadium.
And I think that might be the largest lead of the game so far. Obviously plenty of time to go, and we know the championship division's so competitive that even a 15-point lead doesn't really mean much, right? We can see teams coming back from big margins, but Coach Allen wouldn't like this right now.
No, that's right. I think the high caliber play that we get to see means that if sides get the necessary amount of looks, they certainly can capitalise, and they have the calibre of player to soak up a tally that they're in deficit by very, very quickly. So, here we are. There's obviously 6:31 remaining in this second term, so there's plenty of time left in this game. The games can really ebb and flow, and as I said earlier, no disrespect to Keysborough and Coach Vogt, just maybe not knowing his coaching quite as well as I know Lucas Allen, but Lucas Allen is certainly the master of being able to make the necessary adjustment in game, which is probably the criticism that some of us have when we watch our AFL footy teams, and we wonder whether the coaches are watching what we're watching and maybe making the necessary adjustments. But I think it's a little bit more noticeable in basketball. I think we can sort of see the way in which they do that. So, and Lucas Allen, as I say, is very good at that.
Absolutely, and obviously I'm being a bit captain obvious, as they say here, but plenty of opportunities for coaches to intervene, timeouts, all that sort of stuff. If you're talking about, rugby or AFL, not my areas of expertise, more so yours, Wes. But half time, that's it, right? Half time. That's the only intervention point, as Newby makes his first. And makes his second. Looking comfortable at the line.
Yeah, he's got 13 points, Newby. So 12 points now, the spread. The Cougars in command. Daniel Herbert. Plenty of movement from Oscar Jones. Finds him in the corner. Can't connect. Ayalaro with the offensive rebound. Oscar Jones, the beneficiary of the Aolara pass, and OJ adds 2.
As Andre brings the ball up. Keysborough moving the ball well. Unlucky there from number 45, Dylan Moore. Great read there by Troyce Manassa. Saw he might have had a bit of an advantage in terms of foot speed there and took it to the basket.
Game high scoring leader, Troyce Manassa, with 15 points. New player in the court, tries to dish over the top of his head. Derek McDonald does not connect, turns the ball over, and here's Wyndham. Oscar Jones once again. He finds the front of the iron, just a little short on the shot. Andre, quickly, up the court. AJ Williams, he can't finish. And the danger man, Newby.
Another rebound by Newby. Oh, beautiful. And that's number 23, Derek McDonald. Great way to respond. 11-point game as Troyce Manassa brings it up, and looks like they're trying to get Oscar Jones going. Takes it to the basket. Looks like it's going to be a no call with Keysborough having the ball at the baseline as Bo Cossack checks in for Tommy Aolara. One thing I'd like to see, obviously Keysborough playing good defense, is Miles Thomas averaging 17 points a game. Wyndham will definitely look to get him going and want him to play a bigger role in the offensive end.
Here's Jamie Leclerc back into the action. Moore, he puts the ball to the floor, and the big fella finishes, banking in 2. And Dylan Moore gets his first points of the night.
Seeing a lot of lovely little pump fakes and takes to the basket, and that was one from Dylan Moore right there.
Plenty of confidence from the big fella. Bo Cossack fires, can't finish.
Unlucky there from Cossack as Keysborough gets the ball. Cossack himself shooting 40% from the three-point line. Interesting little stat here. 4 players for Wyndham. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, shooting over 40% from three-point land. I'm not counting guys that, I'm talking about volume shooters, so I'm not talking about Hugo, who's only played a few games for Wyndham, but that's a pretty impressive statistic.
Sure is. Williams, Herbert, to the corner. Driving and not finishing there on that occasion was Derek McDonald. Here's Herbert, charges up the court. McDonald is
just reaching in there, and that's going to be on McDonald.
Yep. 23 for the Cougars. His first personal foul.
It'll be a sideline ball for Wyndham. I'm thinking maybe Miles Thomas at the top here, and a little pull-up jump shot. They swing it around to Oscar Jones. Back to Herbert. Takes it to the basket. Miles Thomas at the top. In and out. Unlucky from Thomas. Good effort by Cossack. Another high-energy guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his defensive game is really paramount in the success of Wyndham. I think he's probably assuming a lot of the responsibility that we saw KG, Kevion Green, responsible for last year.
Wyndham certainly this season adding a bit of length, right? Seems like the defense has been improved. Unlucky there from Oscar Jones. As Keysborough look to push. Great hands there by Miles Thomas. Keysborough will get it back.
Miles did very, very well there, not giving a foul away.
As it's 48-35 with 3:35 left in the second.
It was pretty apparent what Newby was going to do with that once he got hold of it.
His eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. And that was a beautiful little take by McDonald past to Newby with another jam. McDonald, some good minutes here in the second quarter.
Yes, he's doing some very important things. Cossack goes to ground.
That's great defense by Dylan Moore.
So the Cougars win it back. Leclerc can't finish. Almost a clash of bodies. Here's Herbert escaping the clutches of the Cougars. Jones puts the ball to the floor. Cossack wide open, fires from the top and hits the triple. Bo Cossack.
Important triple there by Bo Cossack. Okay, almost with the steal. As AJ Williams has the ball up with 12. Feeding Newby. unlucky on that, but he'll shoot 2 free throws. Great find there by AJ Williams, noticing the athletic newbie in the paint. Great find.
That foul was called on Troyce Manasseh. That's his first. And as we see, number 7 for the Keysborough Cougars come back into the action. That's Nick Carlson looking to add to his 13 points so far, and his side in the ascendancy by 12. So things get tougher for Wyndham.
Absolutely. The newbie able to get to the free throw line a lot and shooting at a high percentage as well. Has not missed yet. I believe that's 5 from 5. Don't want to jinx him. Might be 6 from 6. The commentator's curse, they call it.
I did used to like to rattle off shooting percentages when players went to the free throw line, but I was asked by my team when I was with the Geelong Supercats to not do that because they put the players off. They were a little bit too concerned about their shooting averages. So here's Oscar Jones from outside. He hits the triple. That's an important basket for Wyndham.
Absolutely. They'll want to get him going in the second half as AJ Williams brings up the ball. On-ball screen from Carlson. Beautiful find. Excellent little finish. And he felt Cossack on his back and able to have a little pump finish. Nick Carlson having a dominant performance so far tonight. For 3, unlucky there, Miles Thomas. As Keysborough look to push. They're dangerous there. And is that going to be a foul and 2 shots for AJ Williams? There's the Monticello. Checks back in. Some good minutes from him. McDonald. He's been impressive. Hasn't played a lot, but some key minutes there in the second quarter.
And Trent Andre waiting in the wings to return to the fray as we see Troyce Manasseh take a little break from the game. Leading scorer for Wyndham at the moment with 15. This is AJ Williams, who makes good with the first. He's a lively character. Shows plenty of energy with the ball in hand. Can't complete the second.
He's had a quieter game from a scoring standpoint so far from what we're used to seeing with AJ Williams, but definitely able to assert his dominance on the game, controlling the game as Tomi Ailara. We know he can do that. Hits a 3. AJ Williams able to control the game and big contributor, not necessarily just scoring, but just running things and making sure they get settled and running the break as he has the ball there. And he'll be looking for newbie.
Or he might go alone. They've got so many different weapons, haven't they? Keysborough Cougars, they are a force to be reckoned with. They lead by 11 with 1:15 remaining in the first half. And they're going to add to that because AJ Williams will go to the stripe, and a player of his calibre is not going to muck around here.
Absolutely. And there isn't a heck of a lot as AJ Williams makes the first. I'm looking at their offense, I'm looking at Wyndham's defense, and there's not that much that Wyndham are doing wrong that I can pinpoint, as he makes the second.
I think what you find with high calibre sides as Trent Andre comes into the action and AJ Williams sits down with now 3 points against his name is that where you've got 2 high calibre sides, very fine lines separate performances, and Wyndham sitting atop the table, but the Keysborough Cougars are a force to be reckoned with as Oscar Jones goes at it, can't complete. Nice offensive rebound by Ray Cossack, but he can't finish either. So now the Cougars with Leclerc and Lamorticella. Andre feigned from outside. Leclerc will just slow things down, reset. He drives, he'll go alone, he can't finish. Newbie almost with the offensive rebound, and it is a Cougars ball.
Yeah, that's a good point. One thing that I'm looking at, Wyndham shooting a 3 ball at 28%, probably below what we're used to of Wyndham, who shoot at a very high percentage. As Newbie steps out, in and out. And look, turnovers, there's been some, but Wyndham, what are we looking at? I think that's 6 turnovers for the game, so not a huge amount. A few sloppy passes here and there, but seem to be controlling the ball relatively well.
Cody Di Bertoli into the contest. It's our first look at him, wearing number 50 and the standout socks.
They look like the Wyndham socks from the pink round. I know they're not, but did you grab yourself a pair?
I wasn't here, unfortunately. I had COVID that night, which was a real blow. I was so much looking forward to what is one of the feature evenings of the Wyndham program. As Andre fires from outside, overcooks the shot.
Let's see if Wyndham can get one more good look. Oh, they'll be happy with that. I assume Miles Thomas will go to the line for that one.
And Di Bortoli has gone to ground already. Just cracked one on the knee there on that occasion. Hope he's all right. He gets a little bit of assistance from some of his teammates. He's all smiles, so he'll be right. Cody, good to see, although he steps out of the game. And we are going to see the injection of a new player in Jacob Oriam into the action. So I recall seeing Jacob Oriam, I suspect, in the youth league last year.
Okay. This will be Miles Thomas as gets the final look, or maybe Herbert from a curl cut. Let's see what Wyndham has. Unlucky there. That was a beautiful wraparound pass by Daniel Herbert. Unlucky for Tommy. And 44-57. Keysborough really asserting their dominance. But still anyone's game.
Yeah, very much so. Let's look to the score sheet. I might take our viewers through the Wyndham score sheet, and I can tell you that Joyce Manassa leads Wyndham in scoring with 15 points. He has also got 5 rebounds. And Tony Aguilara has 9 points, Oscar Jones 8, and Aaron Dolney has 6 points, comprised of 2 3-pointers. And for Keysborough?
Keysborough, we have big performance, no surprises. Gerard Newby, 17 points. Nick Carlson, 15 points. And then pretty even Steven beyond that. Those are the main ones.
Terrific work.
Excellent. Well, hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. We'll take a little break and see you in the second half. And we are back. Trust you're having a good evening. 44-57 if you're just joining us as Keysborough lead. Exciting game so far. With Gerard Newby, Nick Carlson. Dominant performances thus far for Keysborough. And Troyce Manasseh with 15 points for Wyndham. As Carlson has the ball. AJ Williams with the triple. Strong start for Keysborough. He had a quiet one in the first in terms of scoring, but we know he's capable of putting up big buckets.
Got a lot of weapons, as the cross-court violation is going to cost Wyndham on this occasion. Just a little errant with that pass and really set Miles Thomas a bit of a task, and as a consequence, the cross-court violation. So this is Leclerc. His side in the ascendancy by 16 points. The Cougars flexing their muscle tonight. Williams dishes to Moore. Fires from outside, overcooks the shot. Falls to Williams, who isn't adept at handling on that occasion. Now Herbert in his face. Newby, he drives, takes it to the hoop and completes on the left. And that extends the lead out to 18 points.
And not the start that Coach Allen would have wanted. Beautiful finish there by Newby. As Herbert takes it to the rim, beautiful finish himself. Just turned the corner and saw it parting like the Red Sea. Able to get to the basket. Beautiful finish by Herbert. As AJ Williams looks to steady the ship. Moore, we know he's a shooter. A little off balance there. A few bodies going down. Hopefully no one too hurt.
Well, there are two absolute marquee players for their respective sides. When Carlson and Manasseh go down, and there's just a bit of a friendly pat from Carlson, so no ill feeling there. But they would be, it'd be real heart-in-the-mouth stuff, wouldn't it, for the respective coaches when they see a couple of outstanding players of those two go down.
Absolutely. I remember last season in the playoffs, Nathan Davies for McKinnon, and obviously McKinnon went on to win it, had a pretty, I think, season-ending injury. It was just hard to see, isn't it?
That's right, I do recall that, him on crutches at the grand final. Yeah, it was really, really tough.
And they went on to win it, so...
And he was an important part of that throughout the course of the year. Here's Herbert, he drives, puts up the floater, doesn't complete. Tomey dishes it out to Thomas, who in turn looks to Jones. And Wyndham putting the ball through hands until Tomey puts the ball to the floor and jams it down for two.
That was, this is going to make me seem super old, but that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-esque with that footwork and that little turn-around reverse jab. That was pretty. As Wyndham get it back. Still a 14-point game. And, gee, that was, going back to that. Tomey getting the ball in the paint, able to square up, take his man baseline and reverse jam. That was nice.
Well, you touched on it earlier, Tomey's increased confidence, I think. And I think he said to me in a recent radio interview that we did that it's been that 3-on-3 action that he's had the opportunity to take part in since last season. And he'll go from outside once again. This one is not on target. Manasseh cleans up the scraps. Jones goes from outside. Front of the iron for him. Miles Thomas over the top there in his attempt to try to keep the ball alive. And Carlson, I suspect it was a little bit of body on body. And
yeah, playing 3-on-3 all over
all over Australia.
All
over the world.
Yeah, Asia mostly, I think, yeah.
So fantastic experience for him, and it's really given him a level of confidence. So here's Leclerc. His side in the ascendancy by 14 points.
Able to slip. Oh, beautiful. Leclerc splits the defense. Beautiful pass to Newby, and he's able to finish with the jam. Exciting game tonight. A lot of dunks.
Newby up to 20 points. Real danger signs for Wyndham. He's on track for deep 30s.
Leclerc able to get the rebound.
suspect Wyndham's shooting percentage might be a little bit down tonight. They haven't really connected on a number of occasions.
That's right, Wes, especially from the three-point line, which Wyndham are always super efficient in. Joyce Manasseh tries his luck from outside, unlucky. Carlson with the rebound. Good ball movement there. Leclerc from three, unable to get the friendly roll.
Did everything but drop there on that occasion for Leclerc.
And I think that's a 3-second call, if I'm not mistaken. And 16-point game as Keysborough are totally in control so far. Wyndham just not firing tonight.
You've got to give a bit of credit to the Cougars, just making it difficult. Picked off by Manasseh on this occasion. It might be a one-on-one, he and Newby. He drives hard, tries to attract a bit of attention, and does so.
Beautiful work by Manasseh. Obviously, the more athletic Newby, Manasseh just able to put his body into Newby and draw the foul. Underrated skill there.
So Manasseh's going to go to the line, looking to add to his 15 points so far. Leads Wyndham in scoring.
Talking about stats, Tony Ailara, I think he said he had 3 blocks last week in the win against Bellarine. Leading the league in block shots, Tony Ailara.
He takes great delight in denying others.
1.44 per game. And obviously, as Joyce Manasseh makes the free throw, and obviously it's the block shot, but then disrupting the shot. And that's something that doesn't get recorded, as Oscar Jones steals it but is blocked going to the basket. As AJ Williams steps out of bounds. I think he thought he was fouled. Referee thought differently. As Wyndham gets the ball back.
Roberto Lamorticella back in. He's only played 8 minutes. And he's got 8 points already, and he's certainly had some telling moments, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Firing at 60% from the floor.
2 from 3 for three-point land, and then also post up, big body there.
Oscar Jones just couldn't complete.
He's had a few of those unlucky ones. Nice little two-man game there as he gets the steal.
Well, the Cougars really asking some questions of Wyndham at the moment. They lead by 17. Lamorticella puts the ball to the floor. He goes on the left and banks in 2. He's up to double figures.
And right on cue, Wes. Giving praise to Lamorticella. And a 19-point game now. Wyndham would not like this as Manasseh, ball at the top of the key, fires for 3. No good. Leclerc, the rebound. Keysborough look to push. AJ, beautiful move there. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Nice little shimmy, crossover, whatever you want to call that. Dangerous with a head full of steam. He'll shoot for 2.
Well, Joyce Manasseh's third personal foul, which is a bit problematic for Wyndham, and it's actually Tommy Ailara who steps out of the game for a little bit of a break. Joyce stays in. AJ Williams at the line.
And it's a difficult one, right? Because he has 3, but, I mean, we're down by 19. Wyndham is down by 19 as he makes the first, so you kind of have to roll the dice, don't you?
Yeah, I agree, totally. It's obviously the approach that Lucas Allen's taken.
Two of 2 for AJ Williams. Takes a well-earned rest as Trent Andre checks in. And we see Aaron Dolney checking in for Oscar Jones. Let's see if Aaron Dolney can get Wyndham going.
Well, he's the sort of player that can certainly score from outside the arc as Miles Thomas drives and banks in 2, and that's good, strong, hard work by Miles Thomas.
And Wyndham needs more of that. Not shooting the 3-ball too well tonight, so they need to find ways to score. And taking the ball to the basket, finishing strong, certainly one way to do that as Leclerc looks to drive. Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty, so controlled too. Not too rushed, just at his own pace, able to find the gaps and get to the basket. Very nice. Little handoff here, Aaron Dolney. Let's see if good defense by Keysborough, denying him that three. Miles Thomas, beautiful little spin. Unlucky again. Newbie with a rebound as Leclerc looks to push. Good defense there, Joyce Manasseh. Beautiful finish there with the trailing newbie, hunting a block. Manasseh so smooth in that fast break, semi-fast break, able to use his body and finish nicely.
And it's time for a timeout with Wyndham in deficit by 19. Keysborough 72, leading Wyndham 53.
And for Wyndham, from a scoring output standpoint, it's only really been Troyce Manasseh and Tomi Ailara so far in double figures. So credit to Keysborough, right? I mean, Wyndham have not shot at a great percentage, more so from the three-point line. But as you said earlier, Keysborough playing some really tough defense. Obviously read the scouting report, being particularly impressed. They've kept Oscar Jones quiet, relevant to what he usually produces.
Yeah, I really think, you look across the Wyndham lineup and there's a few weaknesses, but I think what we're finding from Keysborough is a really potent lineup that they're just continuing to charge forward with high caliber players. Their stars take time off. Carlson sat down with a couple of early fouls and he's replaced by an equally potent player. So they are looking like they're a really formidable lineup, and there's no real surprise that they're sitting at where they are on the table, and they're clearly a side that needs to be considered strongly when it comes to real contenders for the title this season.
Definitely. And 19-point game, but still plenty of time to go as Troyce Manasseh steps up to the free throw line. Unable to complete the three-point play. And Wyndham in a press here. Let's see what that does to the Keysborough offense. And that is the risk you run. That's number 45, Dylan Moore, shooting 47% from the three-point line. And that is the risk you run with a press. Beautiful little two-man game there. Kane Hines hitting the cutting Aaron Dolney.
And Dylan Moore in the action once again, but on this occasion, not quite the way that he intended. He's incurring his second personal foul.
And I like to see Aaron cutting to the basket. Obviously, known more as a three-point shooter, but a big athletic guard. Let's see if we can see some more of that as Dolney makes the first. Shooting, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Aaron, a very efficient free throw shooter. Doesn't get to the line a lot, but shooting at high percentages. He makes 2 from 2 there. And Wyndham back in that press. Let's see what it brings.
They'd like to get it into the teens, certainly, wouldn't they? Hopefully low teens to be considered a chance, one would think, against a potent lineup like the Cougars. Andre goes from deep, front of the iron, won't go. Herbert, he stops and props and pops from 3. Daniel Herbert.
And they'll be happy with that. Long Miles Thomas gets the steal. Unlucky there. And that's great defense stepping up by Troyce Manasseh. Hopefully our viewers saw that as he takes it to the rim. Beautiful handoff and a slam dunk by Miles Thomas. Down to a 15-point game, and obviously this press, it's working.
It's exactly what Lucas Allen was asking for. Here's Andre. Tries to evade Manasseh. Lamorticella. Newbie. Leclerc. Thought to go. More in the corner. Lamorticella dishes Andre a long way from home. And puts it in the path of no one in particular. Breaks down on offense by the Cougars. And Wyndham have an opportunity to pull this back even further as we see AJ Williams and also Carlson re-enter the action for the visitors. And JT Norling comes in for the home side.
Let's see if Wyndham can continue their offensive output, get it through some hands. Here's Aaron Dolney into Kane Hines. And it's going to be Wyndham ball. Wyndham moving the ball well. Now this little baseline play, this will go to Miles Thomas at the top of the key. There you go. Curling Norling. Not sure if that's the shot that Wyndham wanted, but the clock was winding down.
Yeah, that was the decisive factor on that occasion, wasn't it? Miles Thomas knew what the time was.
This is good defense by Wyndham. As the clock winds down. Dylan Moore, fadeaway three. Oh, in and out, unlucky. Excellent defense by Wyndham.
15 points separate the sides. Manasseh, Thomas wide open. Overcooks the shot. Knocked down to AJ Williams.
Great hands by Thomas. And I couldn't see there. That's going to be Manasseh. Fouled. Going to the rim, about to shoot two. And it might not quite get to double figures, but certainly you sort of sense the momentum shifting just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Wyndham's got it down to 15 points. Manasseh, 2 opportunities here.
Unlucky with the first.
He'll be disappointed with that. He's got 18 points, Manasseh.
To go with 9 rebounds on his way to a double-double. Makes the second. And they're back in that 3/4 court press. Got AJ Williams out there. Let's see if he can steady the ship. And that's excellent defense by Kane Hines as Wyndham looks to push it. Beautiful finish. Valuable minutes by Kane Hines.
That was outstanding by Kane Hines. I just sense his confidence is right up tonight. He had a terrific youth men's game prior to this, and I just feel that he's come into this game knowing what he can contribute.
Dylan Moore from the corner. Josh Norling with the rebound. Good defense there by Newby. Oh, that is a beautiful take by Miles Thomas, who's had a really stellar 3rd quarter, and we're down to a 10-point game. Where's you spoke it into existence, man?
In my impartial capacity as a commentator. Here's
right.
Williams. He drives, stops and pops, and he pulls back 2. So extends the margin back out to 12 points. Manasseh on the buzzer.
Almost.
I don't know. Does that count if it comes off the shot clock? I'm not sure that it does.
We should ask the referee. Maybe a violation, I think, at that stage. But, well, we have ourselves a game down to 12. It was a nice little pull-up, Jay, with the clock winding down from Williams. But, you know, like we said, momentum has shifted a little bit. I'll be very interested to know, obviously, this press has worked. So what's Keysborough going to do? How are they going to adjust? Will Wyndham stay in the press? It's going to be an interesting 4th quarter. And we'll see you shortly. And we are back for the fourth quarter. Exciting times. 77-65 and still anyone's game. And Wyndham able to use that press so well, causing Keysborough some disruption there. A few turnovers there in anyone's game. Miles Thomas really stepping up there in the third quarter, and obviously Troyce Manasseh continuing his form tonight.
So here we have it, 12 points separate the two sides as the fourth quarter begins here at Eagles Stadium in Werribee. Thomas dishes off to Dolney, in turn to Norling. Hines. Dolney drives. Can't complete. The Cougars now through Carlson.
Unlucky there from Dolney. I do like him taking it to the rim. So hopefully we continue to see that. There's AJ Williams out to Moore. Back to Williams. Good defense. Oh, better offense. Unfortunately, it looks like Aaron Dolney has hurt himself. Hopefully nothing too serious. As he's helped off the floor by his team.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look great for Aaron Wright at the moment.
And hopefully Aaron
looks like an ankle.
okay.
I suspected that it was a knee the way he reacted, but it looks like he's taking his boot off, so I sense it might be an ankle, which hopefully is not too hazardous for Aaron Dolney. Here's Oscar Jones on the left, banks in two. Margin back to 11.
Beautiful finish there by Jones, up to 10 points, I believe. Relatively quiet for him. There's Carlson off the rim. Norling with the rebound. Oscar Jones is off. Carlson with another rebound. Keysborough moving the ball. Two-man game there.
AJ Williams' athleticism really coming to the fore as the game unfolds, isn't it really?
Yeah, you can see the explosiveness off the dribble. Unlucky there. One of the quicker guards in the competition, certainly. Beautiful no-look pass. Oh, unlucky there. And it looks like a basketball has made its way to the court. And I don't know what that means, Wes. Is that going to count? Yeah.
Basket counts.
And that's the right call by the referee. The ball was away from the action, so certainly Oscar Jones would have felt he was shorted if that didn't count.
I want to talk about the Miles Thomas pass.
That was beautiful.
That was
no
extraordinary,
look, wasn't it? Yeah.
So here's Andre. He's going to get it back, and now it opens up for him. Goes to the corner, Moore fires, overcooks the shot. Carlson with the offensive board. That is impressive stuff by the big Cougar.
He jumped out of the bleachers, out of nowhere. Great athleticism.
Attract some attention in the process.
And Wyndham will be disappointed with that. Really need to get a body up on him.
Well, he's up to 17 points, Carlson. And the opportunity to add one more, which he does quite satisfactorily. And restores a bit of order for the Cougars. They lead by 14.
I like this aggression with Miles Thomas taking it to the basket.
Well, I think it's what Wyndham need to do if they're going to get themselves into a winning situation. Moore exits the game.
And with them typically being much more efficient on the three-point line, absolutely, they'll need to take it to the basket and create opportunities. As it goes out of bounds, Wyndham ball, 14 points.
It's a tough ask there for Carlson, that one.
A little bit low. referee has called travel on Miles Thomas. And let's see what kind of defense Wyndham are in. Looks like a bit of a, three-quarter court press, which has been successful for them, especially in the third. But AJ Williams gets it back. Monticello for three. Ooh, big three by Monticello.
Well, the big fella is a very, very sweet three-point shooter, isn't he? He knows his range.
Absolutely. He's had a big impact on this game, especially earlier on. A big shot there, and that will hurt Wyndham. So Wyndham work it. Miles Thomas, unlucky there. Monticello with the rebound. AJ Williams looks to slow it down. Beautiful crossover there. Monticello feeling it. Unlucky that time. Rebound with Miles Thomas. Manasseh gets the ball. Wyndham need a bucket. Great take to the basket. Nice and strong.
Manasseh up to 21 points. So Andre, his side in the ascendancy by 15 points. AJ Williams.
AJ Williams just controlling the game here. They really are a different side when he's on versus on the bench. Carlson.
Kane Hines crashes to the floor. Looks a bit uncomfortable at the moment, Kane.
A few bodies hitting the floor tonight. Hopefully nothing serious.
He's taken a bit of time to get up, Kane. Now, keeping in mind the fact that Keysborough led for the bulk of the contest when the last time that these two sides met, Wyndham did win by 3, but simply as a measure of just how tight the competition is between the two teams, how very little separates, and we're seeing that just how very good the Cougars are again tonight, aren't we? Here's Newby, he drives, then dishes. AJ Williams tries to get past Daniel Herbert and attract some attention. It's going to be a foul called on Wyndham. And it's in fact called on Daniel Herbert. Baseline ball for the Cougars as Dylan Moore comes back into the action and Carlson sits down.
That's a good point. Keysborough, obviously Wyndham won the first time these two met, but Keysborough were winning for the majority of the game. But with 15 points down and 5 minutes left, it's looking to be a bit of a challenge this time around for Wyndham.
Well, they've got so many options. Wherever they look, their bench depth is quite enormous, isn't it, Keysborough?
Absolutely. What a luxury. Carlson on the bench and Moore checks back in. Newby looks to push. He's dangerous in the open floor. Great block by Tomey. Great read as Miles Thomas looks to push. Oscar Jones spots up for 3. No good. Moore with the rebound. Keysborough want to push. Good patience there by AJ. Just able to read it. That's a lovely little finish. Oscar Jones almost loses it, controls it. Nice pass to Tomey. Unlucky there, tries to jam it in, and he was fouled. What I like about AJ Williams, Wes, he'll beat that first defender and kind of slow it up a little bit, right? Like have the man on his back and slow it up. If you're familiar with the NBA, Chris Paul, it's that little move that he likes to do in the mid-range. AJ Williams doing that so well. As we have a timeout here. 5 minutes, 1 second left. Keysborough winning the contest 88-71.
Yeah, Keysborough, so many weapons on offense. Newby with 23 points, Carlson with 18, Williams 13. Newby sitting on those 9 rebounds, so he's probably only a moment or so away from that double-double. And of course, Roberto Monticello has 13 points for the visitors, and for the home side, Troy Manasseh 21 points and 9 rebounds, once again on the cusp of a double-double. Oscar Jones, 12 points. Tommy Ayala, 11 and 8. And credited with only 1 block so far.
He's got to get half a block to get to his average.
I had the pleasure of interviewing 4-time Olympian Ray Borner on Wednesday night, and Ray was telling me the story of getting into a bit of a stoush with the Admiral David Robinson at the Seoul Olympics, and it was because of a block shot that there was a bit of niggle created between the two, and that was quite the story, Ray Borner being able to share that with me. And David Robinson, 10-time NBA All-Star. Like, what a player.
That's so many good stories. I'm actually from Canberra, and you probably know this, but Ray Borner, I believe, from Ballarat, but spent a good chunk of his career as Tommy Ayala makes the first in Canberra. So my first sort of exposure to NBL, unfortunately, no Cannons right now, was a big Ray Borner. So that's exciting.
Played at Geelong Supercats too, where I grew up. So big Tommy at the line. He's just an improved player, Tommy. Increased level of confidence. Newbie. Leclerc waits patiently for the screen from Newbie. Now Lamorticella. He puts the ball to the floor from the corner. More front of the iron. Tommy Ayala will take a rebound.
Nice little head fake by Lamorticella. Unlucky there from Herbert, but Tommy able to get it off Lamorticella's thigh and get the ball back for Wyndham. It's really do or die now for Wyndham. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left as Herbert takes the ball from the sideline. And let's see what Wyndham's got.
A little bit of jocularity amongst the players and the referees as Jones drives, puts up the floater, and that's very clever work by Oscar Jones.
What a touch. At pace, curl cut, and able to finish it as Choice Manasseh gets a steal to Herbert. Beautiful layup. An 11-point game, still within reach.
Absolutely. 4 minutes remaining in the contest. Put the ball in the hands of the dangerous Williams.
That's good D there. Wyndham just got to make sure they don't foul. Leclerc gets the ball. Good finish there by Leclerc. And, you know, with this sort of lead and not long left, Wyndham have to take those sorts of risks. Good find to Tommy. Probably should have gone up there. Thomas for 3. And he will shoot free throws. As 77 checks back in. That's Trent Andre.
Lamorticella takes a break. It's down with his 13 points. Miles Thomas at the line.
Makes the first. Rattles the second one.
Got a kind bounce there, didn't he?
Home court advantage, shooter's roll, right? And makes 3. A 10-point game. Wyndham kind of need to press here and force, hopefully for them, some errors here.
Just precisely what Troyce Manasseh does. Williams receives back from Andre and then tries to get around Manasseh. Great athleticism by Williams. Dishes to Newbie, who jams it down and pulls 2 back for the Cougars.
That was a beautiful find. Strong finish by Newbie. Unlucky there. Oscar Jones gets the rebound and will go to the line for 2. Yeah, that was just great control by AJ Williams and Newbie. High basketball IQ, able to cut and get the easy slam.
Williams' impact on the game has developed as the game's gone on.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
Early on, he was... I don't know whether he just started slowly or maybe he just wasn't spending enough minutes on the floor, but his impact has certainly increased, for sure.
Just out of nowhere, 15 points. I mean, it's it feels like out of nowhere, even though, yeah, he's been controlling the game.
Might be a 4th for Troyce. In fact, that might be a fifth for Choice Manasseh. So he exits the game in what is a savage blow for Wyndham. So Choice Manasseh, Wyndham's leading scorer with 21 points and 9 rebounds. So falls just the one short of the double-double, 1 rebound short. Terrific scoring exhibition once again. His side in deficit by 12 points as he exits the game, and Bo Cossack back into the action.
Absolutely, and that lot of length there with, it's Dylan Moore, the lovely pull-up. Bo's going to be good in that press. Very long guy, works hard, will get his hands to the ball. But Wyndham really needs some buckets here as he gets the ball down low. And that's going to be foul with a baseline ball there for Wyndham. Let's see what Wyndham's got here. Out to Tomey. Turnover of Keysborough looking to push. That's Leclerc. Nice pass. Newby unlucky there.
He'll be a bit disappointed in himself there. He did everything right, just didn't drop.
Clock winding down. AJ Williams able to take it to the basket. Beautiful finish. And haven't I said that a lot this second half? He has just controlled the game. I believe that's 17 points for AJ Williams. And just causing all sorts of problems for Wyndham. Super athletic, always calm, cool, able to control the game, and just had a really big impact, especially in the second half.
Yes, despite fearing repeating myself, the fact that they've got so many options, so many weapons, scoring potently. Newby 25, Carlson 18, Williams 15, Lamorticella 13. In fact, I don't think the Williams is updated. There it goes now, 17 points. So, yeah, excellent exhibition by the Cougars tonight. They've been very, very dangerous at the offensive end.
And usually when we see Wyndham playing defense, we see them making teams feel uncomfortable, right? Difficulty getting through sets, maybe at times rust shots, things like that. But besides maybe that third quarter where Wyndham were really able to disrupt Keysborough with that press, Keysborough have looked in control and comfortable, haven't they? All game, never really rushed, good reads, working the ball through lots of hands, and as you said, just lots of contributors.
Well, it's situations like this that will allow Lucas Allen to really throw caution to the wind and challenge these players to do something a little bit different. They're out of their comfort zone because Wyndham have had such a dominant season to this point that they maybe haven't been exposed to this sort of situation, and as a consequence they're going to be needing to deal with different things, aren't they?
Absolutely, but might not seem like it at this point, but in the context of a broader season, you need games like this to test you and to look at other options, re-strategize.
Absolutely. Jones, Ayalara. Bo Cossack does very nicely indeed to clean up the scraps and make things look a little more attractive on that play for Wyndham's benefit. 14 points separate the sides.
AJ Williams breaks the press again. Dylan Moore, lovely little fake. Into Newby. And he'll go to the line for 2. Dominant performance for Newby. 25 points for the game, shooting at 60% from the field.
Well, we came into the game knowing what an athletic and versatile player he is, and averaging 22 points prior to this game, and here he is making the impact that he has.
Absolutely. And 6 so far from the free throw line. Let's see if he continues that form. Unlucky with first.
Well, at least you can't be accused of putting him off because you weren't broadcasting it out over the stadium from near his shooting percentage or anything.
I was a little quieter as he makes the second. And Wyndham, from a scoring standpoint, Usually above that 82 that they've got now, probably closer to 90 or 100. Oh, nice move from Cossack. Very athletic going to the rim.
Well, opens up opportunities for Bo Cossack. Obviously, Choice Manasseh exiting the game early, fouled out. Means other players need to play different roles and step up.
Unlucky with that little pull up there by AJ. As he ball just lands in his lap with that one.
I'm not quite sure how he magically pulled that one back.
I think he was as surprised as we were. Dylan Moore is fouled going to the rim. And it's going to be 2 shots, I believe. Yep, 2 shots for Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore below his season average. 7 points so far, but other guys have stepped up. Good team effort by Keysborough.
I think any side scouting Keysborough would have their work cut out, wouldn't they, really? Because it clearly looks like Coach Vogt has numerous options to swing through.
Absolutely. It looks like a slight... I recognise a few of the Keysborough players. Obviously, Newby, one of them. I think Leclerc. A few others I may have missed, but slightly different team this season. Gee, they look good. As Herbert steps out.
I think we'll find Lucas Allen and Wyndham will go back to the drawing board and they'll look at ways of approaching the next time they play Keysborough a little bit differently and combating some of their strengths.
Definitely. I mean, after this, 14-3, still a very consistent Wyndham unit. So in the scheme of the season, in the context of the season rather, just a little speed bump. As AJ Williams goes to the free throw line, looks to add to his tally of 17. Makes the first. I'm reading 1 assist for AJ Williams. That's kind of hard to believe, Wes.
He's been doing a fair bit of himself though, hasn't he, really?
Certainly hasn't felt like it.
Here he is again, AJ Williams. Finds his way through Cossack and Oscar Jones.
Showing us some handles there.
He certainly is. Got the fast twitch muscle fibres happening as we're down to the final 20 seconds of the game. Here's Andre, looks to Moore in the corner. And connecting right on the buzzer for the shot clock. And Newby once again drains the triple. And Bo Cossack puts up a shot with 3 seconds remaining. And there it is, Keysborough victorious, 102-84. So maybe I'll go through the Keysborough lineup. And if you'd like to go through Wyndham. So for Keysborough, Newby was absolutely outstanding. I might have him at 29. I think it hasn't quite updated from that last 3 that he drained from the corner. So Newby, 29 points and 10 rebounds, 18 points apiece to Anthony Williams and Nick Carlson, and 13 Roberto Laborticella. So lots of different weapons for the Cougars to roll out tonight in their victory over Wyndham. And for Wyndham,
we've got Troyce Manasseh unfortunately fouling out, but a dominant performance. 21 points, 9 rebounds. Tomi Ailara, 13 points, 11 rebounds with a double-double. And Oscar Jones, somewhat below his season average, but especially in the second half, able to put up some points, 14 points. Big win for Keysborough, and it makes things really, really interesting. This will mean Keysborough goes to 13 wins, 4 losses. Wyndham now 14 wins, 3 losses. Pretty dominant performance, but in the scheme of the season, look, anyone's game, but top 4, top 5 is still really tight. So you got Bellarine sniffing around as well. So really interesting. Another really interesting season, a really tight season at the top as we're in the 13th round. Up next, Keysborough on Sunday will play McKinnon at home. That will be an interesting game. McKinnon side always tough. And Wyndham have to wait till next week when they go to Hume on Saturday night.
Very good. Well done, Jules. You've done a great job tonight filling in for Mitch Child. I hope Mitch, who's no doubt watching on with interest, is happy with our performance.
I hope so, Wes. I trust everyone's enjoyed our coverage and enjoyed the game. Probably more so if you're a Keysborough fan. And Wes, we'll be here on Sunday afternoon for the women's game at 3 o'clock.
Up against Camberwell Dragons. So hopefully, our Keysborough supporters won't be so interested in that one, but our Wyndham followers will be, no doubt.
Thanks for joining, guys. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Shout out to Erin on the camera, and enjoy your weekends. Thank you.
Thank you.